Hello students, I am Dr. Mary Sarah Benny. You will be watching a video on lesson lens from Standard 10 Science and Technology Part 1 of Maharashtra State Syllabus. This video is on telescopes. Today in this module we intend to study telescopes. What is a telescope? Its use. Which are the types of telescopes? Here we also will discuss the structure and working of telescopes. Lastly, we will understand the ray diagram formed in a refracting telescope. When we observe an aeroplane far in the sky, it appears very small to us. Same is the case with the birds flying in the sky. In short, far off objects appear small in size to us when observed. So we use binoculars, telescopes, etc. A telescope makes the objects seem much closer than it really is. It's used to see the distant objects clearly in their magnified form. The telescopes used to observe astronomical sources like the stars and the planets, and hence the telescopes are also called astronomical telescope. These are of two types. The reflecting telescope, which uses mirror and lenses. Refracting telescope consists of only lenses. In both of these, the image formed by the objective acts as object for the eyepiece, which forms the final image. A refracting telescope makes the distant objects appear to be closer to us. It uses lenses to bend the light to a specific focal point such that the object will be magnified to the viewer. It's a very simple design and is essentially a tube with two lenses, one at each end of it. These lenses are called as objective and eyepiece. The lens that facing the object is termed as objective, which has a bigger curvature and larger focal length. So, the objective lens has a large diameter, therefore, it has large focal length, and because of which maximum amount of light coming from the distant object can be collected. On the other hand, the size of the eyepiece is smaller and its focal length is also less. Both the lenses are fitted inside a metallic tube in such a way that the distance between them can be changed. The principal axis of both these lenses are along the same straight line, so we say the lenses are coaxial. Generally, using the same objective but different eyepieces, different magnification can be obtained. Here on this slide, there is a telescope, refracting telescope. The structure is marked in detail here. We do not require all that, but I want you as students to know the basic parts of a telescope. The refracting telescope has two lenses, convex lenses, that is, one is the objective which is facing the object. The function of the objective is to take all the incident light into the metal tube. Then we have the eyepiece at the other end of this metal tube, and The eyepiece focuses the rays onto the human eye and the image is formed on the retina. Coming to the metal tube, which has glass surfaces inside and is sealed from the atmosphere. So, very rarely we need to have any cleaning for this tube. The tube is closed off from outside. The air currents and the effects due to changing temperature are eliminated. The images formed here are steady and sharp. But remember, there are some disadvantages too. Now, what are they? A telescope is very heavy. It has a large aperture and because they need large lenses. The metal body is very long. So, there is difficulty in transportation and storage. Some amount of chromatic aberration is seen. Now, what is chromatic aberration? Around the image, some rainbow color is seen. To avoid this, scientists or manufacturers use very large, expensive lenses. But remember, it's very difficult to make perfect large lenses with proper curvature. What is spherical aberration? Let us see that also. Spherical aberration means all light is not focused on the same point. So, this disadvantage is there in some refracting telescopes. By now, you know the parts of a refracting telescope. You are quite aware of objective and the eyepiece. What does the objective do? It collects all the light from the object. So, the light enters here, gets into the objective lens and the light from the object which enters the objective at this end. And then the lens refracts the light to a point of focus at the other end. Here we can see the light getting focused. So, from the object, the light entered into the objective lens, refraction happened. This is a convex lens, so they are converging and meeting over here. The focusing happens. So, this is then magnified to form an image by the eyepiece. Eyepiece is the lens that is closer to our human eye. This is then entering the human eye. We have a convex lens. These rays are again converged and we get a clear image on our retina. So, but remember, this eyepiece over here can be adjusted. Why? This metal piece can be adjusted. It's a tube and there is a focuser here which also will focus this refracted ray to a point. So, the eyepiece can be moved back and forth to adjust the sharpness of the focus. The focused rays enters the human eye and we get the clear picture on the retina. Now, also remember, are we getting a bigger image or we get a perception that we have that far off object near us? It's giving the perception of a far off object closer to us, but the size is not enlarged. Imagine we are viewing the stars, they are much bigger, but using a telescope we feel that the stars are closer to us. This is how the refracting telescope works. Here we are discussing the reflecting telescope working. A principle of reflection is that when the light hits a mirror at any angle, it is reflected at the same angle. This means that the reflected image is not changed. Depending on the type of reflecting telescope, the two mirrors can be a combination of concave, convex and flat mirrors. The secondary mirror, when flat, is placed at about 45-degree angle. To obtain an image, the telescope is aimed at an object and the light enters the tube. The light hits the primary mirror and is reflected to the secondary mirror. It is then reflected from the secondary mirror to the eyepiece, where the image is magnified and sent to the eye. This is the reflecting telescope working and is beyond your syllabus, so explained only for your thorough understanding. Students, we will have a quick look on the pros and cons or the comparison of refracting and reflecting telescopes. In case of a refracting telescope, it is used to view the objects on land and near sky, whereas a reflecting telescope is always used for viewing astronomical objects and not meant for land viewing. Refracting telescope has either no maintenance or very low maintenance. In case of reflecting telescope, the maintenance is very high. Refracting telescope is not good for deep sky objects as they give very faint image or can be heavy and inconvenient to transport because of its large size. For reflecting telescope, this can be used for great deep sky observations and is very light in weight. Refracting telescopes are very expensive and reflecting telescopes in comparison is less expensive. Inferior to the reflector and compound telescope in case of a refracting telescope, whereas reflecting telescope is superior to the refractor. This is just for a comparison. A refracting telescope uses a combination of lenses to produce the image of a distant object, namely a star or a planet. So here these are the two lenses. One is the objective and the other is the eyepiece. Both are converging lenses. So a simple refracting telescope consists of two lenses. Which are the two lenses? The objective, which faces the object, may be a star or a planet or any astronomical object, and the second one is the eyepiece, through which view the object. Basically, the objective lens produces the image of a distant object at its focus. So in this diagram, you will see FO as the focal length of the objective. The image of the distant object will be formed at FO, which is the FE of the eyepiece, means the FO and FE coincide. So we can represent this ray diagram as you see on the screen. Just see here, we have three parallel lines and these are the imaginary incident light coming from the object. So in the history of evolution, we studied about the different types of refracting telescope. Let us consider the Keplerian telescope and the parallel beam of light from the distant object are brought to a focus by the converging lens. So the image is formed at F0. This is because of the converging objective. Then these rays diverge. From here you see they are diverging. When they diverge, one ray parallel to the principal axis and another ray directed towards the optic center is considered. Eyepiece is another converging lens. But remember, any object placed at the focus of a converging lens will produce an image at infinity. I repeat, any object placed at the focus of a convex lens produces an image at infinity. So over here you can see FO and FE coincide. So this converging lens renders the rays parallel, that is this rays, and traveling a larger angle to the optical axis. As in Galilean telescope, here also a virtual image is therefore magnified with respect to the object and is located at the infinity, and the image will be inverted. The magnification of a telescope or any optical instrument is how much bigger the image is compared with the object. So, for example, the magnification of a refracting telescope is equal to the focal length of the objective divided by the focal length of the eyepiece. For example, for a refracting telescope, the objective focal length, that is this FO, is 70 centimeter, and for the eyepiece, the focal length is 5 centimeter. Then its magnification is FO divided by FE, which is 70 divided by 5. And you get a magnification of the object as 14. That is, you get a 14 times magnified image and you get a perception of a closer image. In short, remember the distance between the objective and the eyepiece in a focal length will be FO plus FE, the sum of the two focal lengths. We will have a recap of what we did, that is what we discussed. What is a telescope, what is its use, what are the different types of telescopes. We also compared refracting telescope and reflecting telescopes, its pros and cons. In case of ray diagram, we discussed why we consider the incident rays parallel, because they come from an object at a far off distance, how the rays are converged, and then from at the FO or FE it diverges and produces the image at infinity, a virtual inverted image. Children, remember that as per the latest information from the Department of Education, Maharashtra State, this particular topic, that is the refracting telescope, is being deleted due to the pandemic situation for the academic year 2020-21. So please consider this as an extra informative video. Thank you, children. Thank you for watching. Hope it will be beneficial for you. Thank you, students, for viewing the video. Hope it was useful to you. Once again, to one and all, a very big thank you.